Infinite love, beautiful people. Thank you for inquiring once more with me. Today we will inquire about the topic, what is selfishness? How to stop being selfish? Should you stop being selfish? And is there a better way of living without being selfish and unselfish too? So let's dive deep and find out together. So when we talk about selfishness, we immediately think about a person that doesn't want to give something. It has to hold everything that it has, and also it wants to grab everything from others, but in return it wouldn't give anything. So that's basically 90% what all of us think about selfishness. But what we do not see is where does this selfishness come from and what it really is. To find out, we have to observe the humankind as whole, and also a particular person, individual, who is also this entire world. So from the moment that we are born in this planet, we have been developing this center, this ego, this personality that is created inside you to protect you from outside of the world. The problem arises when we start to think, and this thinking has seen that it's not permanent. So it has created this false identity, illusion. I am this person. And we are thinking that this person is isolated, divided from everything else and everyone on this planet. So the more are you present in this self-centered activity, and the more you are divided from the rest of the mankind, the less you have compassion, the less you have love. And can that which is completely alone, divided from everything else, have compassion and have love? So this is happening on a global. All human beings are like this. We have all created this ego, this personality that protects us from the outside of the world. A lot of times this is really necessary, and it's helping us to survive in this world. But the problem arises, as we said before, when the ego is the only reality, and we have cut ourselves and divided from everything else. There comes the selfishness into a being. So as the person thinks, it is alone, it is divided, it needs everything for itself to survive. That is the selfishness that we know, that we see. But now, as we've seen that the whole human mankind is selfish and divided from each other, now let us bring us close inside and observe what is happening inside of us. So this self-centered activity, this center, is dividing us from everything else. And it's never present. It's always the past that we have created, and it's seeing right now and thinking what should happen tomorrow. And so it always moves from the past to the future. It's never here. Because it's never here, it is divided. It is not connected to everything else. And there lies the secret of self-centered activity. So give me to survive. Give me everything. Those are basic human instincts for survival. But what we lack to see, that this world is not created for one person, for one nation, for one religion. It is created for all of us, for entire human mankind, to live together and to help each other. That is the only way that this world can be transformed. So now that you know how the selfishness and why the selfishness come into being, you have to observe this inside yourself. You have to observe behind the selfishness, because selfishness is just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the selfishness is the whole iceberg, and there it is a fear of dying, fear of not having enough, fear of not being loved, fear of not having anyone in their life, and most importantly, fear of being alone. So when you observe all of this inside you, when you go past the selfishness, which is only a result of these things that are accumulated inside you, you will see the real problem. You will come close to the problem. You can observe it, see it, what is happening really inside you. Not the manifestation, because selfishness is just manifestation of all of these things. So observe this completely. Give your whole attention to this. I don't know if you ever give whole attention to anything in your life, but this means that you completely observe without wanting to escape, without wanting to change, just seeing completely all of your fears, all of your problems, everything, and also trying to become something. It's all down deep inside of us. And to get rid of the selfishness, you have to see these things. It's the same with the grass. If you cut the grass, it will rise again. But if you pull it from the root, there will no be grass. So same with these emotions inside you, with these feelings of unworthiness, of fear, everything. And what we have learned all of our lives is always to observe specific thing. So now you have a fear and you observe the fear and you get rid of the fear. Few days later comes the selfishness and you observe the selfishness. Then comes the loneliness and we observe each and every one of them. But is it possible to observe them as a whole? So to observe all process inside of you and get rid of them at once, completely, never again to be driven by the fear. So ask yourself this question and observe, because when you're observing, when you're giving complete attention, just like you are watching this beautiful sunset or beautiful mountain or beautiful person, you do not think. You just see them completely and you are completely absorbed by their beauty. Same here. Observe completely everything that is happening inside you, all your fears, all your problems. Just give attention completely, because when you give attention, you give care. And when you give care, there is compassion, there is love. So when you give complete attention, love, compassion, everything melts away. How can there be fear when there is love? How can there be selfishness when there is compassion? Please observe this inside you. Give everything, give complete attention to yourself, because it is your life. You are living it now, and you should live it as a full human being. Thank you for inquiring with me, and until next video, please try this, try it in your life, observe and see the truth. Infinite love.